Jordan and Pippen, the NBA duo that owned the 90s. It would have been weird to see it as the duo that owned the first half of the 90s. The back half of the 90s was almost owned by Michael Jordan and Patrick Ewing. A $25 million contract and a 1-hour deadline for the Bulls to match nearly got Jordan wearing blue and orange and filling the rafters in NYC. Here is that story. If you have watched The Last Dance, you know Scottie Pippen was on a 7-year, $18 million contract. This was quite a bargain for Scottie Pippen, a debatably top 2 NBA player at the time, and a pretty conclusively top 5 NBA player at the time. If you could sign Scottie Pippen to 7 years, $18 million, how does Michael Jordan for 8 years and roughly $25 million sound? About $3 million a year for the first or second best basketball player of all time? Andrew Wiggins would have something to say about that. This contract was signed before the 1988 season, and 8 years would bring us to 1996. That means when Michael Jordan came out of retirement the first time, he was still on his roughly $3 million a year contract. So the off-season of 96 was the year where Jordan would fill the bank. The Bulls were ready to pay Jordan, as were the New York Knicks. The Knicks felt good about landing Michael Jordan. Why? Ewing and Jordan were friends. Ewing had taken a recruiting visit to North Carolina, where he got involved with one of Jordan's patented one-on-one games. It was also no secret that the Knicks would be serious contenders if they had added Michael Jordan. Most of the NBA would, but this was a team that in the past 6 years had lost to Jordan in the playoffs 4 times, made the finals, and lost to the Pacers in 7. They were already good. The Knicks also gave Jordan 25 million reasons to come to New York City. The offer would make Jordan the highest paid NBA player by $7 million. Well, if anyone had deserved it, the Bulls, prior to this offer, were prepared to give Jordan $20 million. Now the Knicks just offered 25. Letting Michael Jordan walk away would be totally crazy, right? No one would ever do that. The Bulls allegedly had 1 hour to beat the offer from the Knicks, or Jordan was going to New York. That's what Jordan told the Bulls, at least. Well, it worked. The Bulls offered Jordan $30 million for a 1-year contract to make up for wildly underpaid seasons as the salary cap had grew and grew over the years, but until this point, Jordan's contract had not. The rest is history. 2 more titles, Jordan and Phil Jackson were unwelcomed by the 2 Jerrys, and the whole team had split up. Jerry Krause, after putting pieces around Michael Jordan and the 6-time champs initially, spent his remaining 5 years in the league rebuilding in a total clusterfuck. There was another opportunity to join the Knicks though, at the end of '98. When the Bulls dynasty had stopped apparently prematurely, I know how that goes, Jordan wanted to defend the belt until he couldn't. He may have been able to take that opportunity for 1 more season on another team. The Knicks dealt 3 of their players to land the shooting guard they've been waiting for, Latrell Sprewell. Yes, right after he tried to choke his coach. You know what shooting guard would have been better and less likely to choke his coach, but more likely to punch Steve Kerr? You know it. It didn't seem money was the issue. The Knicks were willing to hand over $25 million 2 years earlier, which would have pushed them far over the cap of 1996, alongside Ewing's nearly $20 million. The 1998-99 Knicks ended up making the finals after a shortened lockout season. Wouldn't this have been perfect for Jordan? A shorter season to put everything you have 1 more time with a very near championship roster already. It's all a series of what-ifs now. Jordan owned a decade of basketball despite not playing in basically 3 years of it, returned as a Wizard with some success, and then rode off into the sunset. For more jaw-dropping Michael Jordan stories, and to see the list of the 10 best basketball players out of New York City, including Kemba Walker and Carmelo Anthony, check out the videos on the screen, and be sure to subscribe to the channel, or else I will make you coach Latrell Sprewell.